Today we're going to talk about BMWs, their adventure line, the R1300 adventure line. Now, if I understand correctly, you do want a GSA, right? So you've looked at, you've researched, but which GSA is best for you? What about this absolute land yacht, if you will, is BMW's top of the line GS Adventure. What is it? I'm going to tell you. This is the R1300 GSA ASA Option 719. Now, when you say Option 719, like, what does that mean? Is it just stickers? Is it just gold wheels? What exactly is that? Let's dive into it. So, the Option 719 R1300 GSA. What exactly does that give you? Well, it's going to give you quite a few things. Starting with the gold crosspoke wheels. They also have, as you can see here, the Option 719 Billet Shadow Pack. Now, what is the Option 719 Billet Shadow Pack? I'll show you. That's going to give you some design here on the heads. It's going to give you the foot pegs that are also 100% adjustable. It's going to give you the gold bar with fully adjustable levers for the GSA. It's going to give you the comfort passenger seat as well as rider seat. Option 719 badging here. You're also going to get the larger windscreen with deflectors, and the windscreen is 100% electronic. Even on your reservoir, it's billet, stating the Option 719. Now, the most obvious thing you're seeing on the 719 is this beautiful, beautiful green paint. If I get the pronunciation right, Ceruleous green matte metallic. Hopefully the camera is picking up that quality. That's so sick. This bike is for those that dare to not only have an adventure bike, but an adventure statement, if you will. Looking at this bike, yes, it is a massive monster that you're going to take off-road. Why would you want to do that? Well, it's because you can. Look at it. Just looking here at the points of the engine guards, covering those big heads on this boxer motor, tons of protection, and the stance as a whole gives the bike this black, sleek look with the gold accents. So sick. And the 1300 has been redesigned from the headlights, the body, the motor, everything. Even the turn signals here in the lever guards. How sick is that? And if you'll notice, on the rider side, lower side if you will, even your wrist set's etched in the Option 719. This bike is for those that dare to be a little different while off-roading. You also get this amazing top case carrier. Now, if you're looking at this, something I've always heard the most is, why does this move so much? What's with the play? Well, if you think about you and your passenger are riding, say, California, maybe to Palm Springs, there's a lot of crosswinds. This movement actually allows for a minute amount of buffeting to keep the passenger as well as the rider nice and safe. From there, moving on to this Option 719 package, I want to dive a little deeper into this. So your windscreen. These standard BMWs don't have a windscreen as tall as this. Having these extra deflectors help with some more wind buffeting. Fog lights here in the front. And then there's one last thing I want to go over that makes this bike even more unique. You'll notice brake is here. Let's go look at the lever for the clutch. This specific 1300 GSA is actually the ASA. Now, what does ASA stand for? Well, that's BMW's automatic shift assist. So having a bike with ASA or automatic shift assist, you probably ask yourself, how does that work? Let me show you. Oh, look at this, boys. I went from the R12 to the R1300 GSA Option 719 ASA. There's no clutch. We're gonna keep it, so if you look here, right now it's in drive, and then it's in manual, so I'm still using the gear shifter. The only caveat is I can pretend to shift, see how it gives, I give it a little bit of throttle, it starts to roll. So, when it's an M, I'd still be shifting anyway. Now, we're going to switch it to drive. I don't have to do anything. And it does have the adaptive ride height. Well, let's get out of that. We're going to go to the multi-rocker switch here. Let's hold for the screen. We're going to see how that goes. A good amount of gas. We're going to bring that screen up. Ah, damn it. Yeah, we'll do that. See how that works. Alright. And we're off. going back over the ASA, when you're riding, you have this D and M. D is going to be your auto drive, M is going to be manual. Now, as you can see, you still have a shifter here, so you can still shift and ride as normal, but now you can make the decision to ride in manual or in automatic. Going over some of the buttons and controls, what's new for the 1300 GS, you actually have a multi-rocker switch here. When selected, as you can see on the screen, it gives you the adjustment for ride height, dampening, traction control, the windscreen, your heating elements, as well as your active cruise control. I have to say, one of my personal favorite features with the new 1300, kind of a nice little key design, but that's not it. Look at the size of this compartment. Now that I've got my 15 Pro Max, as you can see here, standard size cell phone, I'm going to go ahead and throw that guy right in there. Look at how nice and neat it's in there. Not too bad, eh? Now, easy to pull out. I'm just going to grab one side, boom. Another nice little cool feature about this, once you remove this little protection here, you actually have a USB-C charger right in there. So ideally, you could run a small cable and connect the phone. Another unique feature about this R1300 GSA, or really shall I say the new GSA, is actually the adaptive height control. Now, what that allows you to do is it actually takes the bike, raises the front suspension first, and then finds its way to the rear suspension. You can set that up a couple of different ways. You can manually make the adjustment to raise or lower the bike. The last adjustment is actually making it into an automatic adjustment. So what that means, depending on the bags being loaded, passenger, rider weight, the suspension will actually adjust automatically to ensure a comfortable ride. So now, as you can see, I'm going to actually start this bike. We're going to show you how this suspension actually adjusts with the adaptive height control. So now the back's going to raise, followed by the front. Now, I'm going to actually drop the bike. It's actually that simple. The last thing I want to go over, which is very unique to the 1300, as long as it has the adaptive height control, the kickstand must be up. We're going to show you how this rear stand works. You can see, even for someone of my size, and I'm not that big of a guy, the bike is already lifted to the optimal point to require as much minimal lift as possible. And then now it's on its rear stand. As far as specs go on the 1300 GSA, we're looking at about 145 horsepower, about 593 pounds, full of fuel, just under 600 pounds. That's not bad for a bike of this magnitude. Now, some takeaways that I like about BMW, they have some of the best manufacturer warranty in the game. 3 years or 36,000 miles. 3-year, 36. Doesn't get any better than that. One important feature I will say about the GSA is when it is time for your first service, BMW actually takes care of that on all their 25 models. Gotta love that. Take one last look at this beautiful 2025 BMW R1300 GSA ASA Option 719. That's a lot to say. This bike is absolutely incredible. Until next time.